Hello and welcome. It is the newspaper review here on TAF TV for today, the 19th day of July 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius and thanks so much for joining me. Okay, looking at the papers with me for today is, as usual, Mr. Victor Silku. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, how do you do?
I'm okay. You are all smiling.
Yes, so
and I wonder why. Good evening, you guys, because you guys signed Koulibaly. Chelsea signed Koulibaly.
Part of it. Of course,
don't tell me you're not happy about that.
Of course, I'm happy, but you know, I see Rudiger as irreplaceable, so I don't think Koulibaly will 100% replace Rudiger. But anyways, we move. All right, we'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll take you straight to the headlines in the papers for today. Just stay tuned.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Alright, you're welcome back from that short break. And the first paper we shall be looking at is This Day. And amongst the headlines in This Day, we have here, this one says, Winners and Losers, how they shaped Osun governorship poll. Winners and losers, how they shaped Osun governorship poll. All right, and next we have seven takeaways from Osun gubernatorial election. 7 takeaways from Osun gubernatorial election. And on page 34 we have Tinubu Adeboye meet over Muslim ticket. Tinubu Adeboye meet over Muslim ticket. That's on page 34. And next on page 35 we have 2023 INEC in talks with CBN over election materials storage, says Okoye. That's on page 35. And lastly we have NNPC transition. Group CFO expected to intensify internal checks and control. All right, that's the much we can take in this day for this day. So what do you have to say concerning the headlines, sir?
Okay, the Osun election is still on the trail. Okay, it's still trending. So this day has come out to let us know some winners and losers from the election last Saturday. Okay, and they mentioned that the president Muhammad Buhari is the #1 winner of the election, and I think I also will move towards that direction with them, because we have to be very, very sincere and fair. When it comes to the election in Nigeria, it has improved, as a matter of fact. Okay, and when you start reminiscing, yes, they are more like these elections are more like will I say out of the cycle elections. They are not on the same calendars like the rest that will happen, like 28 days that will happen come next year, come February and March of next year. Okay, but you find out that there has been an improvement, especially from the Electoral Act. What the Electoral Act has, the application of the Electoral Act, the new Electoral Act, has done to the election, whereby we now have electronic transmission of the results. Mind you, beforehand, it will take even 48 hours in some cases for persons to move from one particular polling unit to the INEC office or to the collation center. And many times, when these results move on paper to the collation centers, you find out that many a times they change results. But in this case, just after voting, they transmit results electronically to the INEC server. Okay. So that causes the speedy collection of results.
I think that's a welcome development as well.
Yes, and you find out that a whole lot of that idea of snatching of ballot boxes has really reduced. That's why the smart or the crazy smart, ill smart politicians have moved to the side of vote buying. Okay. Right now, it is about tackling vote buying. I think the process has really improved. And if you also check this last election, it did not take up to about, let's say, about 14 hours after the election had finished. That results were all out. Okay. Now they also made it would I say way smarter, that when you transmit this result electronically, there are still proofs on paper to also match, but that happens after the result has been announced, to also match the paper, to also match the electronic, so that whenever persons are going for tribunal matters, they can as well say, okay, look at the electronic side of the result, look at the paper side, so that they can match and continue with their tribunal cases. So that's for the winners. I have to please help me. Let me go to the losers. A whole lot of winners in the election. We can't overemphasize that the Adeleke family as a whole are big winners here. Okay. We also, in terms of losers, we also have to pick points from the PDP governors that were not present, or they did not even participate in this election. They did not come as one family. Persons like Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, persons like Abia State Governor, which you know now I have a separate or private beef with that with the governor of
why do you have a private beef
my brother? You know, I was born and raised in Abia State, and what is happening over there in terms of development, it's nothing to write home about. So I'm really disappointed with the government of
I understand
of Abia State. So what am I saying? So those governors that did not come out to participate, even down to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, they did not come to join forces with their family, the big PDP family, but with just the few numbers that came out. Okowa, Doyediri of Bayelsa State, the governor of Bayelsa State, and Bukola Saraki, former Senate president. Those were just a few that really came together to help the Adelekes win the election.
Okay, Mr. Victor, let's not dwell much on the winners and the losers of
straight now
the elections. Daily Sun. And amongst the Daily Sun, the headlines Daily Sun we have on page 6. This one says 2023 CAN directs Christians on candidates to reject. Says every Nigerian has rights to individual religion. CAN directs Christians on candidates to reject. Says every Nigerian has rights to individual religion. Okay, that's on page 6. And on page 26 we have NNPC increases petrol pump price to 179 naira per litre. Wow. NNPC increases petrol pump price to 179 naira per litre. Okay, on page 27 we have a very sad news here. This one says tears as Nollywood loses top actresses Awojobi and Ame. That's a very sad news. And next we have on page 6 again, so it says strike, federal government, ASU meet, resume negotiation. Okay, that's on page 6. And on page 8 we have 3 killed as SUV hits newspaper stand in Delta. 3 killed as SUV hits newspaper stand in Delta. That's on page 8. And lastly on page 5 and 8 we have protest as gunmen kill 7 wedding guests in Imo. Herdsmen kidnap 15 in Enugu. Alright, you can get all the details in the Daily Sun. Mr. Victor, before we move straight to our next and last paper, what do you have to say concerning the headlines?
Okay, so it's official that petrol price is now 179 naira. Okay, so they came out to also say some papers reported that it was a very quiet one. Okay, the increment was a very quiet one, and yeah, it is what it is. You know, before now it has just been 180 in Port Harcourt.
So how do you?
We've not been complaining. Persons have not been complaining. No protest, nothing. Okay, so well, you know, now there are many problems in Nigeria that are just going to be protested about petrol. Okay, security and has to strike.
But it still is a major factor, you know, in moving the economy forward. I mean, petrol is very important. Motorists, if you went for petrol, enough petrol, I don't think I will be here today.
So let me also tell you now. Okay, I think why Nigerians are not reacting as they should is that the cost of living has gone so high. The cost, in fact, Nigerians are focused now on
just the cost
the
of
food.
living. Okay.
The food. Now they know that in fact the food is too expensive. That fuel now is more like secondary. If you check,
it can't be secondary, Mr. Victor, because yes, we do eat, but at the same time we move about to look for money. And while moving about, you have to transport yourself from one place to another. So it also is a part of.
So which one comes first? There's so much pressure.
Definitely, food comes
is
first.
causing so much pressure that people. It's not when you eat well that you start seeing very well.
Okay.
So Nigerians are blood. Hunger has blood their eyes. That their focus now is how to eat. I'm not talking about fuel right now. So yes, they can, as it stands now, if they move it to 300 naira, I don't think Nigerians will complain that much. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. So please let me hit down on.
So how do you see this affecting the nation going forward now? How do you see this particular price? This
bro, before the increment from 165 to 179, there has been more than 50% increase in our commodities. Is it gari? Is it yam? Yam? Do people buy yam nowadays? In fact, if they see you carry a tuber of yam, they see you as very rich person. So Nigeria has gone, as in food is the major problem.
So you think you think they won't see this as a big deal?
If Nigerians are surviving with this hunger, I don't think this petrol thing is a big deal. So if it goes even as high as 300 naira as it stands, Nigerians are not even bothered.
Then we'll have to resort. Then I think a lot of Nigerians will have to resort to cameling and trekking. When it goes that high,
but you know now, people are trekking now.
Already.
People are trekking, my brother. You see a family of 4 children, they want to use one space and sit down. People are squeezing to get just one space in a bus.
High level of management now.
Yes, critical management right now.
Wow.
Okay, so for the Christian Association of Nigeria, there is this memo flying now. That even the pastor in the church in Abuja, Pastor Sarah Omajua, she came out to read the memo. Okay, part of the memo says that the CAN family, the Christian Association of Nigerian Family, and its churches, they should vote for a particular kind of candidate. So they listed up some values the candidate should have. They say the candidate must be well educated to carry out the complex nature, to govern the complex nature of the country. Okay. They also mentioned that the candidate and the structure of the candidate, meaning the VP and the whatever persons that make up the government, should not be affiliated to Boko Haram or to cultism or persons that have had cases relating to drugs
in the past.
And you know what? And you know the candidate or the party that they've been there. That is going towards
yes, of course.
Okay. Also, they mentioned that the candidate should not be known for nepotism, should not be a candidate that will not share governance between the ethnic regions and the religious sectors of the country. Meaning that you will not come into power and you say, okay, this particular religion will be the ones in charge of both even the security, the total security of the nation, meaning the Air Force, the police, EFCC, ICPC, that you just have a particular region or particular ethnic group, okay, heading these parastatals or government agencies. So they came out to make their point, and I think it's not new, because we also know that in mosque and let me just go down with mosque. In mosque, you find out that sometimes or many a times when the election is coming so close, they also preach this amongst themselves, that they should vote family, they should vote within their religious side. And like I will always tell you, Nigeria is divided between religious lines, and we can't. So it is a battle. In fact, it's now spelled out that this side, they are trying to get their own members together, while the other side trying to get their members together. For me, it is no news. It is no news. Unfortunately, this is where we find ourselves.
Which further throws more light on the reason why the Muslim ticket is actually a major issue right now.
It is a major issue. You can't shy away from that. It is a major issue.
Okay. That's the much we can take in the Daily Sun. And now we shall be looking at our last paper for today, and that's The Nation. And amongst the headlines in The Nation here, we have 100% pay rise likely for striking varsity teachers. 100% pay rise likely for striking varsity teachers. Okay, this one here says, another one here says, federal government silent as marketers hike petrol pump price. Federal government silent as marketers hike petrol pump price. Okay, and next we have Fuji House of Commotion actress Ireti, the Johnson's star Ada Ame dead. That's on page 3. Okay, we talked about that earlier. And next here in the Nation, this one here says on page 28, it says Makinde inaugurates Lawal as deputy. Makinde inaugurates Lawal as deputy. And on page 5 we have Tinubu to present Shetima tomorrow. Tinubu to present Shetima tomorrow. And lastly on page 2 and 3 we have gunmen kill soldier, 9 others in Plateau. Imo, Nigeria, Netherlands sign pact on food security. That's on page 2 and 3. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Nation. You want more details on those headlines you just heard? Do get a copy of the Nation, the Daily Sun, and This Day for yourself. Okay, before we call it a day, Mr. Victor, what do you have to say?
So something tragic happened over the weekend in Imo State. Okay, our mama area of Imo State, where Ebubago, that's the more like the Amotekun of the Southeast, of not really the whole of Southeast, but yeah, more like the Amotekun of the Southeast, meaning the vigilante of the Southeast. They killed 7 wedding guests that were on the bike.
Wow.
So I think, well, investigations are going, they are ongoing. Even the DPO of the location, the CP, that's the Commissioner of Police, was also there. Okay, and some big security agencies were present at the spot of where it happened. Okay, nothing has been said by the head of the AGU to say, okay, this is what really happened. But yeah, I think personally, or with some assertions that were being made, that they thought that these guys were more like bandits. Okay, we like call them the unknown gunmen, UGM. So it came out that 7 persons were killed on their way back from a wedding ceremony around 7 p.m. Okay, maybe, just maybe, these guys were not well trained and informed, as far as I'm concerned. And it also goes down to, it's not just about having vigilante. You need to also train these guys on how to carry out their duties. Their duties. Okay. That aside, good news coming from the presidency or from the president that the salaries of lecturers will be increased by a margin of 100%. That's a good news. Okay, it's a good one. It's a good news. I'm so happy about that. Okay, mind you, the BRICS panel, they are the ones handling these negotiations, trying to negotiate with us with respect to the 2009 negotiation, trying to negotiate with this current government, telling them that, okay, the BRICS the panel came out with 180% increment, that the lecturers their salary should be increased. And my brother, we can't be will I say ignorant of the fact that there is high rate of inflation. Our lecturer, not just on lecturer, salaries needs to be increased. But see, if we don't take care of our lecturers, they will leave the shores of the country, and who will take over those positions?
Yes.
You have smart brains. Nigeria is losing smart brains day in, day out, because of what? These guys cannot take care of their homes. Okay, how can you pay a lecturer 130,000 naira? Yeah, they call them junior lecturer. But come to think of it, you are done with your first degree, second degree, third degree, and you've been paid 130,000 naira in a Nigeria like this, and this person have families. Okay, so it is a very good kudos.
Where do you want to save from, or should I say?
Save? Who is talking about savings?
It's a sad one.
Okay, so I love this, and I hope it will also go around to other sectors. Mind you, in the health sector, the health sector is a prime profession. Okay, and these guys, they found out that, see, when they leave the shores of this country, they get jobs that can even pay them in sometimes 1,000% of what they earn in the country. So you think they won't leave? In as much as, yes, we know that there's no place like home. Like, they also, when they go in some of these,
you can't say that to somebody who is seeing the greener pasture elsewhere.
Yes, I get you, but mind you, yes, money is very, very important. No two ways about that. But another thing there is that some of these countries they go to, they also come back to tell you that, see, racism is not helping matters. Okay, so but when you make this, when you make the atmosphere or their environment conducive, welfare conducive, they will stay. So
Conducive enough for them, enough.
Yes, so far, but come to think of it, so far you can take care of some basic needs in this country, and you know that housing too, that you'll be able to get a house maybe in the next 20 years from your job. Many people will stay in this country. And when they, yes, unfortunately security is becoming a big issue here, but if security is being taken care of, okay, and yeah, to me electricity is it's a minor when it comes to security. So if security is being taken care of and lecturers or Nigerian workers
are well appreciated,
get good welfare, my brother, this airport you are seeing that people are just living with their bags and in droves, it will be less busy, and it will really reduce. It will reduce. So
right.
Kudos to the government. I just pray that this comes to action. The president from his language right now, he just wants the lecturers to get back to their to classes. Yeah.
Somebody will say, I think in Pidgin, they'll say, "Nana, where they break."
My brother. Well, it's never late than never, right? How do you say it?
Better late than never.
Yeah. So I just pray. Yeah, the strike has taken so much, more than 5 months.
More
than 5 months.
Why did they have to wait this long?
Let them settle these matters now, so that it will not happen in the nearest future. Let them settle it right now, okay? And we know that welfare is a major issue when it comes to this strike.
So them increasing the price of the salaries of teachers, would that put an end to strikes in the future?
My brother, it will help.
Because
it will help.
It's not just about
we know it's not just about
increasing the salaries and whatever. Future problems are there to be solved.
Yeah, but increasing the salaries will also reduce the number of lecturers that we lose yearly that leave the shores of this country.
Okay, Mr.
And
Victor.
you know, brother, Nigerians are increasing in numbers. So the schools, who will teach them now? And you know, education, oh come on, we can't overemphasize on that. If you don't have the right teachers, how can these students learn? So you need to keep them. They need to be kept.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor, for your time. We really do appreciate, and we also appreciate you who has been watching us and been faithful to your screen. Thank you so much for sticking there. Without you, we would not be here, but unfortunately this is where we have to call it a wrap in the program for today. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and don't forget, you can also be a part of this discussion. You have some questions to ask, some suggestions to make, drop them in the comment section of our social media platforms, any of our social media platforms, and we'll definitely respond to them. On YouTube, we are TAF TV. On Instagram, we are TAF TV_NG. On Facebook, we are TAF TV, and on Twitter, we are TAF TV. And don't forget to visit www.tafmedia.com for your latest information in every area and aspect of life. Thank you so much once again for sticking there. My name is Cyril Aloysius once again. Until we come your way again next time, is bye for now, and have a wonderful day.